NRG back in their home territory of the grand finals here, facing off against FaZe, who just got disrespected on this desk. After going 7 games against Space Station, the desk predicted FaZe to take that one down, or predicted Space Station to take that one down. FaZe is the one who's here in the grand finals facing off against NRG. How do you feel about this matchup, Turtle?
I mean, first of all, I don't think there's any question as to which esports shop decal that the desk are rocking in-game. I mean, this is unacceptable. First of all, everybody's got that NRG decal. We need to show some love to these FaZe decals, get some support going their way. I know there's a lot of people in chat as well who maybe didn't vote, who are behind them, but this is going to be a close one. If that last series told us anything, it's that it's going to be a physical gameplay. First of all, we got 2 demos straight into this first game from FaZe, and that's what I'm worried about. It's the physical gameplay, because FaZe Clan, every single player on FaZe loves to go for demos, but if we look the other way on NRG, as Justin gets that crazy goal line save, the only person who goes for demos is Garrett G. He's got a lot of heavy lifting to do on the physical side here, Wave Punk.
We'll see as Justin finds one of his own in his own corner. And here's Garrett G through the air, looking for the guillotine. First killer will clear to the outside, and Squishy now following him wheel to wheel here into the corner. Gets taken out on the backboard. Ball lofted in front of the goal. It'll be Justin on AJ.
Ooh. Back
off the backboard again. Here's Illusion for the shot. Pressure from FaZe in the beginning of game number 1. A best of 7, best of 3 situation. You're going to be playing best of 7 series, but you got to win 2 best of 7s to take the championship. Here's first killer for the shot on. Bounces off the crossbar and in for goal number 1.
And this is just so much aggression and brute force coming out of FaZe Clan in the first few minutes here. You can see off the backboard, 2 players from NRG look stationary in their own net. They can't keep up with the pace, and that is something that I do believe favors FaZe Clan, the speed. They've got such great mechanics. I mean, of course, NRG, you've got Justin, Squishy, Garrett G. The mechanics are there, but the speed on the other side with first killer leading the way, that is something you have to be scared of.
Oh, first killer with a great pop, but the follow-up gets beaten by Garrett G in the sky. First killer, though, picks up the ground ball. It's off the corner. Here's first killer with another shot. This one deflected. Justin getting a save while facing the inside of his goal. How about it? Garrett G now out to Squishy in their corner. NRG feeling trapped in their back half, looking for a clear to break out, and they'll finally find a little bit of space. Garrett G gets the ball across the midfield line.
And even when Garrett G does get the ball out, he gets demoed as a player flies by from FaZe Clan. First killer, maybe the pinch, that would have been unreal. Maybe the follow-up from AJ. We haven't even had any time to warm up. It's just 0 to 100% here, Wave Punk.
Yeah, FaZe is carrying that Game 7 energy against Space Station right here into game number 1 against NRG. NRG having to pick up the pace quickly after sitting and watching that series. Right now they're trailing with half the game left to play in game number 1, but a marathon in front of them.
Yeah.
Guaranteed at least 8 games across 2 series. And we could go as many as 21.
To me, that's why I think a lot of people have NRG as the favorites here, is just because of the length of this series. Yes, we see FaZe Clan popping off here in game 1, and it's still only a 1-goal game. NRG can certainly bring it back. But as this series goes on, we're going to have to see how NRG adapt and if they can match that speed and pace of FaZe Clan.
First killer with a loft in the midfield. Squishy's up 4. He's got nobody challenging him, and he'll take it to his own corner. Garrett G keeping this on the wall to try and chase it, but loses the ball, and Squishy will pick it up. Back to Garrett G. Onto the backboard now, and AJ will close on it and clear it the entire length of the field. Justin, the third man, will play it back to midfield. First killer advances, and a bit of ping pong back and forth as the players are keeping the ball high in the sky. No one allowing any dribble game to get going. Finally, it'll touch the ground after first killer puts it down into the dirt, and Justin now chasing this down. He's got AJ challenging him, tries to go underneath him, gets it underneath him, but Illusion's there, and he gets kind of stomped. Justin hauled onto the ground, won't be able to challenge that again.
Yeah, we're talking about Justin. There's a lot of responsibility on his shoulders alone. I was talking about Garrett G with the demos and the physical gameplay, but Justin coming into this grand finals on his team has been averaging, I believe, the most shots, goals, saves, and assists on the team. I mean, there's so much work that this player has been doing. We've got him now coming up on offense. Maybe a double tap lurking as he looks for a 50-50. 2 players went up for it from FaZe Clan, and now they have to recover, and they do just that because of first killer and his incredible heroics on the goal line.
Squishy and Justin connected on the infield pass again. We've seen them connecting on aerial passes across this entire event. They had another one on that double tap attempt from Justin, but somehow Illusion reads the pass and double tap, knows where the bounce is going to come.
Oh, he doesn't read that one, though.
Oh, look at the block. First killer's back for it, and Garrett G's follow-up is too high. Justin trying to put the pressure on, but it's wide on the corner.
Oh my goodness. Just as you were talking about it, Illusion, he didn't get that final read. He got faked out, and First Killer somehow manages to get back in rotation. That's the second or third time just this game alone that he's got the goal line save. But if he gets bumped, of course, he gets another one. They are still alive and in the lead.
Oh, First Killer, you can't get anything through him on the goal line. AJ now across the midfield line, 17 seconds left. FaZe hold on to a 1-goal lead, but it's not for NRG lack of trying. They have been knocking on the door, and FaZe has been holding it shut. 8 seconds left. Justin's got to go the whole length of the field here. He's got players underneath him. He gets a flip reset, but won't be able to use it, and a double commit on his challenge. Squishy retreating into his own half. Can't do anything with it. FaZe take game number 1.
And we always talk about First Killer and his incredible mechanics and how he's an offensive powerhouse, right? But we forget to mention the defensive capabilities that this player does, in fact, possess. We just saw it firsthand on display in this game. Goal line save after goal line save, making sure his team can stay in the lead. That was consecutive saves back to back to back. Yeah. The First Killer, he doesn't just make it look easy on offense, it's also on defense here, Wave.
You make one save at this level, and you're considered, hey, good
just
job.
One of those would have been great.
If you just make the one save where, like, you did your job, it's now your teammate's responsibility. He made 3 in a row. The guy is rock solid, realized where his teammates were and said, hey, I'm still the first man here. I got to be ready for this one more time. The one goal, you wouldn't think, looking at the scoreline, you'd think this was a boring game. My goodness, 8 shots from NRG, no goals. Man. That's incredible.
And I can only expect the shooting to get better, though. I think First Killer has his work cut out for him right now, because even as we were looking through that replay package, the follow-up shots from NRG did seem a little bit weak. I saw Squishy come in after the initial save. It seemed a little bit slow. If we can speed up the pace, the accuracy maybe a bit of these shots, which is not a difficult task for NRG given their striking capability. So hopefully as we get in here, we get a closer game. And I mean, that game alone was already so close. First Killer, we'll see if he has what it takes to keep making those goal line saves.
No, I think your point on the follow-up game is a really good one, because NRG's there. They're on the follow-ups. They're getting clean follow-up shots. Just the placement has not been quite accurate. So they need to find a way to keep that speed up, but actually get fully behind the ball and place it between the posts. Or we could have seen a blowout here with how many good follow-up shots they got. We'll see if they adjust here in game 2.
Well, we only really saw those towards the second half as well, because at the beginning it was all FaZe. But look at what I'm talking about. They're warmed up now. NRG are ready to play at the same pace that we saw initially from FaZe Clan. So maybe now is when we start to see those demos come out, since NRG have matched it.
Squishy was looking for demos on that drive as Garrett put one on target, but everyone on FaZe was able to dodge. We saw them hit the reverse, get around him, and then get up for the blocks. Justin putting more pressure on in the air. Justin is he's baiting 2 defenders on every single one of these air dribbles right now, really creating an opening that's keeping FaZe pinned in their half, as Justin's getting barreled down by 2 players here. His touch will go to the corner, and now he'll flick past Illusion. AJ will cover him up, and Garrett G now taking his time getting this ball out of his corner and goes for the ground pinch. Illusion's got the block.
A lot of space here for NRG as they look to move out. Maybe off the backboard, nobody's there except for First Killer flying up. I thought somebody would be on the backboard, positioning a little bit out of place, but there's a save from Illusion, and the pressure has been back and forth. We've seen booming clears, just nobody willing to take that risk, Waypunk, and stay downfield.
Here's Illusion into the corner with Squishy there to challenge him. He's got Garrett G right next to him, too. The dual threat. AJ is able to just tackle it outright, get a pass across, but Justin out of the corner. An excellent clear, and Squishy's looking for bumps. Justin to follow up his own touch. Illusion out of the corner will clear, but Justin nearly finds the demo. Couldn't quite touch his bumper. First Killer and Illusion now in the corner. They get the pass across. First Killer passes it back out to AJ, and Garrett G will block it at the point of contact. Well defended at the last moment.
I mean, this ball's just doing laps right now around this stadium. Not one team can hold possession for too long. Maybe Garrett G, but the touch is far too out in front of him. They are taking a lot of boost, though. I have noticed NRG, the boost control, the corners of FaZe Clan in their own favor. We'll see if that adds to any mistakes that we could possibly see out of the defense.
Squishy advancing to the corner with Illusion. Over the top of him now, Justin taking control. He's got 2 players, both grounded in front of him. Just puts onto the backboard again. He baits 2 players. The respect they're giving Justin is creating holes on this FaZe defense. But the follow-up game we talked about from NRG in game 1 has, I feel, have not been quite as strong. They're not getting like the 1, 2, 3 shots we were seeing.
Yeah, we're not seeing the best lineup either for that initial strike. A lot of times you'll see somebody like Justin behind the ball, or even Garrett G just putting in a very strong shot, and then it makes an easier follow-up. They haven't even been able to get that first shot on target. And I think a big testament to FaZe Clan's defense is the fact that they've been keeping this ball out of their own half, and there's a clear with a demo mixed in, but Justin then takes out Illusion, an eye for an eye, and they manage to break out.
And a one challenge from Squishy with 2 minutes left to go in game 2. No goals yet to show for it from either side. We'll see Garrett win one challenge. Frisco's going to try here. Garrett, an awkward situation, and it'll ping out to Squishy. Back to the sky. He's going to look for positional touches. Can he carry this all the way to the goal? No. Well, the challenge will go to the edge. Garrett G looking to set up Justin, who's hesitant in the third man. This will give FaZe some space to move back down. They're looking for demos again. More pressure on off the crossbar. Garrett G able to block AJ and keep this game scoreless. 1:35 left to go. Here comes NRG.
And that play for FaZe actually developed from what you just mentioned, the hesitation from Justin as the third man. He was waiting to go in for a challenge and never actually committed. And when he decided to, it was way too late. Off the backboard, here he is again, looking for a clear towards the other side. And he's been very paranoid. I've been on his camera, and he's been looking around Wavepunk, looking for demos, anybody to come and take him out, and that's distracting him from getting into rotation quicker.
I wonder, he's been going for these solid solo setups, and then his team hasn't been right behind it to put the pressure on. I wonder if he's afraid of leaving things too exposed in the back or something. Not quite sure. As Justin gets demolished in the corner. Here's Garrett G looking for a double tap. Drops into the box. Follow-up. Justin was trying, but I think he got Goomba stomped. Illusion now in the corner trying to dribble it out. 47 seconds left. Here's Justin through the sky. Up against First Killer, who gets it away. And Garrett G with a miss in the midfield. He'll look to back pass to Squishy here, but he's getting pressured by FaZe. Illusion will take him out and take over ball control. Onto the corner. Justin's up for it. Blocks AJ. First Killer was backwards. He won't have the immediate follow-up shot. 33 seconds left. Now he comes in. Squishy plays it to the corner. Oh my goodness, NRG suddenly feeling the pressure as Illusion's bringing another one.
Oh, AJ's there though. It's action-packed. Maybe a follow-up from First Killer. NRG are standing strong. It looks a bit shaky, but so long as they do get this ball out, we will remain scoreless here with only 13 seconds left.
AJ behind this in the final 10 seconds. Garrett G trying to take it away from him. Squishy into the corner. Illusion misses the ball, but Squishy fully expected the
pass to Justin.
The infield pass. First Killer gets the block on Justin's shot. Follow up from Squishy. Back in front of the box. First Killer keeps it alive. Garrett G should kill this to the side. Illusion's going to try and keep it in control. Back into the midfield.
No way.
AJ gets the flick on one. Squishy's up for it. Now back the other way. Can NRG take advantage of this? Do they have enough boost in the tank? No. We'll go to overtime in game 2.
Even in those final seconds, you can see how threatening these teams are. With just one small opportunity, one little inch extra of space, they can make work. We'll see. FaZe Clan stuck on defense. Off the kickoff, AJ, you don't want to give him aerial space. I mean, I remember back to that SSG series, 16 seconds left. FaZe Clan scored 2 goals to make a comeback and then win it in OT. You cannot give AJ any of that space.
FaZe has been able to come back from many games that we expected them to be completely out of. As Illusion's looking for bumps, I think he found 2 players in net. But Garrett G doing enough work on the front line to give them time to reset. Now up for this one. Somehow he wins that challenge. Justin's got an open net, just leaves it, but Illusion on the goal line. Able to sweep in, take that away, and now looking for a counterattack all by himself. He's got Garrett G up for it. He'll play it to the corner.
Looked like Justin thought that one was going to roll in, maybe went for the demo instead. Illusion had barely gotten back in time, but then First Killer actually got bumped. If there's a player to take out, it is the one who won game 1 for FaZe Clan. First Killer gets knocked out the way, and Justin secures it.
My goodness, how Justin, even with First Killer getting bumped, navigates those 2 defenders in front of him to get that ball into the net. I do not know. It's incredible stuff here, but NRG able to take it down there. Squishy rocking the NRG decal. Fine years in the esports shop here. And we'll see Garrett G get the MVP of the game with 4 shots, 2 saves, and the assist to Justin. To me, if I had to give an MVP in this game, though, Justin was that player, even despite the one hesitation we pointed out there at the end of the game.
Yeah, he was making a lot of moves, and I noticed that he got more comfortable as this game went on. You could see him at the edge of the map. Now, even in this play, as soon as we get into the replay package, you see Justin alone trying to make a play, a solo attempt there on net, maybe go for a flip reset. He's been doing a lot of this. And then behind the ball again in OT, he was the one who took the shot. Of course, you got to give credit to the demo and the bump attempt on First Killer, who's the man you got to take out. If somebody's in net, you got to take out First Killer. And as long as you make contact, of course, NRG does secure it up and tie this series. So we have had nothing but action so far, Wavepunk. This is exactly what I expected, but even now, as I expected, I didn't think it would be this fast and this chaotic.
No, we're privileged when we get a best of 7 between these two teams, and we're going to get at least 2 of them, maybe 3 of them. So this is going to be a while. It's going to be crazy to watch how the action evolves over time, too, as the players adapt and as they get more either in the flow state or exhausted, because either one can happen here. So this is going to be crazy. We're going into game 3 tied up at 1 apiece. Excited to see who's able to get the edge.
And the question is, who is going to make a new play, a new creative, I guess, pass, something similar to what we saw before from NRG, where they were trying to throw multiple people at the net. We even saw a connection between, I believe it was Justin and Squishy. We haven't seen too much of that from FaZe Clan. We have seen the mechanics. The aerial presence is, of course, there. But I'd love to see First Killer and AJ get some passing involved here on the offense.
Justin looking to bump First Killer and pave the way for Garrett G. Unfortunately, Garrett G didn't have much boost to follow up with that, even if he did get the bump. But here's Squishy now with lots of boost and space. Pings this one across the box. And AJ trying to take control, but loses it. And then has plenty of space to take it again. We'll see Justin find a clear. Both teams just kind of conceding ball control the other way right now.
Things just kind of slowed down instantly when we got into game number 3, and that's something that happens a lot, especially in a long set like this. Things could flip-flop literally within seconds, you know, where playstyles that were once aggressive just start to push back a bit. You have seen NRG hold that defensive line farther back in their own half. Maybe this is a new strategy they're trying to implement to make things a bit easier. We'll see if FaZe Clan decide to go for some dribbles with this extra space. Even there, you can see First Killer had plenty of space to go for a dribble and maybe slow down that approach towards offense, but instead just decided to clear it right to the wall.
Across the box, well defended. FaZe keeps it on the edge. And back to the corner, Justin with a nice tap on the wall to get it past 2, and then a dunk to get it past a second one as well. Illusion trying to follow behind this, doesn't make contact. Garrett G just sends it on target.
Oh, is that it?
Oh, AJ couldn't reach it. Garrett G just finds the hole and shoots.
This actually keeps happening to FaZe Clan. I believe SSG got a similar goal. It was a 50-50. This one more of a dunk from Garrett G, but either way, positioning a little bit out of ordinary for FaZe Clan. Garrett G is able to smack that one home.
When Illusion missed the first touch there on the wall, that told Garrett G everything he needed to know about depth perception and that he could make that shot. I'm amazed that FaZe didn't just tie up the game given how much space they had in that box, but they will still dodge it there. Garrett G is still well on that shot. Now looking for a second one here on the corner. What a read. Nearly there. Oh, the dual threat. Not going to get through First Killer, though. Great offensive and defensive player. An all-star here on FaZe.
Yeah, but a double commit then from NRG. The recovery is there from Justin. And even when there's a double commit, it's crazy to see how fast Garrett G is able to get downfield despite the mistake that did happen on defense. But FaZe Clan, they are carrying this ball out. First Killer now getting aggressive, going for a bump on Justin. He does make contact. Maybe AJ can find a way to get this one into the middle, but Squishy read it, and they are denying FaZe Clan at every opportunity.
Yeah, but that touch from First Killer was insane as he's coming back out, able to neutralize.
Oh, there it is.
What a save! You're kidding! Garrett G with the backflip just to reach over his back shoulder and make that stop. That was incredible. And they're holding on to their lead as we cross halftime.
And I'm just getting flashbacks now to that. The First Killer game 1 where he's making those goal line saves. We see a little bit of that from NRG. Justin on the carry out. Look at this space. He's got so much to dribble and to find boost. Gives it away to First Killer, who instinctively just launches this one into the air. But I would love to see them keep this ball a little bit more grounded and see what they can do on that dribble game against NRG.
Illusion to First Killer. 2 minutes left to go. Looking for the lead in the series. An open goal here. AJ won't miss. Takes that shot, puts it home, ties it up here in game 3.
And this all stemmed from the demo. Illusion extended his rotation, took out Justin, made sure nobody can get that goal line save that we've been seeing all series long, and they tie things up.
It's a full-on meta at this point. Extend your rotation, swing through the goal, find a defender, and make it so easy for your shooter.
Absolutely.
So they've tied it up here now.
It's a very risky meta. It's a very risky strategy, so your decision-making on when you go for the demo has got to be pretty much perfect, because if you extend, don't get the demo, and they somehow find a counterattack, you are left wide open on defense.
You gotta like looking for the right spots of, okay, we have ball control on the side, he'll be able to get a pass I'm on the rotation, I could choose to go back right away, or I could choose to look for a defender, but given where the rest of my team is, this is the right spot to go for it. And that was one of those perfect moments for FaZe. Now AJ threw this guy up against Justin, gets over the top of him, squish on the backboard will be the next challenge, and he will win. First killer now looking for Illusion. Garrett G, what a loft. The way he jumped coming out of his goal, he jumped very early, but it blocked so many of the options FaZe had, and now he's looking for a pass as first killer. Gonna get the dribble back out. We saw an overtime in game 2. We're tied up in the final minute of game 3. Squishy up to Justin. They try.
Well, that's a huge clear.
That was Garrett G. I think it'll be wide. And Garrett G looking for a block, but first killer puts a lot of space on it. Illusion here just takes the shot. Squishy with the block across, and then the trap and dribble. Flicks it out to Garrett G. Justin's in the midfield. Can they find the pass to him? No, blocked in the corner. 30 seconds left, and Garrett G is being carried by AJ. And now he's going to be in position to get a pass. What? Okay.
That's what I'm talking about with NRG. It's like a mistake happens or something awkward, but their recovery is so lightning quick. They don't hesitate to get back into rotation. Maybe Squishy on the pass to Justin, who does have Garrett G on the other side, but Justin went for the top right corner slot. It was saved, but the pressure is still on from NRG with 5 seconds left.
For Justin with the stop on the counterattack. NRG, the clock has expired. Can they put it into the ground? Yes. Overtime. 2 games in a row now. As we continue, the winner of this game has the lead in the series.
You want to think about who really earned their spot here in this OT. The Garrett G dunk was impressive, but that demo play from FaZe Clan was something truly out of this world. They could replicate that again here. You can certainly see this overtime ending soon. First killer, maybe he's going to get the demo as he rotates around. Looks for Justin. Doesn't find it. And Illusion is left to get this pass out to AJ, who did beat the defender, but the accuracy was not there. It was right in the middle, and Squishy gets the pre-jump save.
Here's AJ. Looking for Illusion. Blocked by Justin in the 2v1. Garrett G off the wall. NRG's defense kind of stunted on the rotation. Justin just had to kill all of his momentum and just sit in front of the box. But they'll emerge with control out of their corner. Garrett G with a bit of space here, but AJ able to take it away from him on a dunk. Now first killer going to try and take it away from Squishy as well, and Justin all of a sudden just has to loft the ball and wait for his team to get back behind him. A demolition on the first killer will help, but Illusion's right there. Garrett G's challenge goes neutral and across. Well done. FaZe clutches up, chokes up on the bat, and gets the winning goal.
And it just feels so calculated. Illusion waited for that initial challenge out of Justin, got the perfect 50-50, and then baited the second defender in. Illusion. It doesn't look too flashy from him, but my goodness, that was so well thought out and planned from FaZe Clan to get this win and go up in the series.
It took a whole team effort as well. I think that's been a staple of this entire series at this point. Every goal is needing multiple players. We have yet to see one player just pop off and find the clutch air dribble. There was one goal from first kill. No, I'm literally remembering against Space Station. First kill had a great air dribble in Game 7 against Space Station. That was not this series.
There's always first killer highlights to remember too.
It's always first killer, exactly. No, but for real, I mean, Garrett G, you see him find the kind of open mistake goal, but as far as getting past a defense, it's requiring a whole team effort every time.
And even that last goal was so impressive. And I love goals like that because you can see that it's communicated perfectly. Illusion went for that 50-50, and where was AJ? He was right behind Illusion and knew exactly how the play would develop. It was all well thought out, planned, calculated 100%, and you'll love to see that from FaZe Clan with this new roster, still able to implement plays and strategies like that rely on team chemistry.
Well, we'll go into game 4 with FaZe up in the series. 2 overtimes in a row they've had. Now Garrett G tries to find a shot, but AJ covers up the top corner, covering the high percentage shots. You know you're playing good Rocket League when that's where the pre-jumps are going. Here's Garrett G trying to look for it, actually kind of faking it out, and Squishy puts it onto the backboard. Justin, though, very far cheated up, not going to be able to make the play. Justin doing a bit of a car swap here. Still driving the Octane, but new decal. Try and change up the energy. I'm telling you, he should just put on the energy decal. I think that would help the most.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you can actually tell when a player is not necessarily frustrated, but you know, it's the placebo, excuse me. You're trying to reignite something. Maybe a decal change would do them a favor here. As Illusion rocking that FaZe Clan decal. He has not swapped whatsoever. First killer now going forward, looking to build something in the offensive side. Nice little touch here from AJ. I love the control and Illusion. AJ and Illusion, they have been a duo so far in these past few games.
Oh, first killer to AJ. I cannot believe this pass connected. What a play in front of the net to take the lead.
I was talking about Illusion and AJ, but talk about first killer and AJ. The flip reset around Squishy Muffins to set up the shot for AJ, the easiest placement he's ever had. And it looked so nice. FaZe Clan continue their march towards victory in this first series.
You say it's the easiest placement he's ever had, but Squishy is covering that shot almost the whole time. It was incredible. Like the flip reset setup was so beautiful, but Squishy still did so much effort to get behind that ball. Finally the shot comes through at the first second the Squishy was out of the way. That timing, FaZe, well done. They have the lead in game 4. A drop to the outside. Justin trying to cover it, and AJ again in the way. AJ with a savior medal. We're not even halfway into game 4.
I was on AJ's perspective, and I did not think there was a possible chance that he even got in front of the net in time, but he abused the boost button, flew from the corner across the net, still found a touch, and keeps them in the lead. NRG, though, it looks dangerous, but the follow-up shot, it's just not as accurate or as powerful as we might be used to seeing.
It wasn't. There was no power behind the shot. You're absolutely right there. And there was a bit of a double commit from FaZe on the first block, which opened it up, but then the positioning from NRG just not there to capitalize on it. As Garrett G and Justin, offensive double commit, they need to hold on to control. This puts Justin into position, but AJ on the backboard again. He has been absolutely stalwart on the defense. His first goal is going to loft up the post and get this one the whole way. Illusion sends the ball to the corner. Not sure if he was trying to take a shot or just trying to extend the play, but at this point, it's going to be NRG ball back in FaZe territory.
And we mentioned the corners, and one thing you have to talk about is the boost that is actually living in those corners, and you've seen FaZe Clan just pretty much drown out NRG with boost starvation. It has been ridiculous. They have been taking every single corner boost. NRG forced in such awkward spots. Even Squishy right here. Squishy has no boost. Finally, I thought he was going to take the corner boost. No, it got yanked by AJ. Squishy still has no boost. I'm on this man's camera settings. It's just getting taken. Boost after boost. This man has been driving around with nothing in the tank.
And it is keeping them trapped back here. Even when they break out for a moment, it's just for a moment. His head put more pressure.
It's wide open.
NRG's out.
No boost.
They're out there looking for it. They're trying to find anything they can. But no, the goal will go in.
Oh my goodness. I can't make that up. I think that's the first time I've ever seen something where I'm on somebody's cam for what felt like a minute to 2 minutes. And they are just stuck with zero boost, looking around, desperately begging to get boost. And somebody always out of FaZe Clan will just take it at the last second. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we'll see. There's a momentary pause here as they figure out a connection issue. So we'll see if they're able to pull that back together, and we'll get the game going again as soon as we possibly can. Fun stuff. The pause frame here has Illusion pushing the ball into the net right now. I'm just getting this beautiful view of the FaZe decal, which I don't know if you've ever looked at FaZe's jerseys, but the decal is very much modeled after their jerseys. And if you've ever looked at a FaZe jersey and been like, man, I want to own one of those, but I just don't know if I can, like, that's a lot of money. Jerseys are kind of expensive. Hey, decal, not as expensive. Put it on the car. Use it all the time.
I mean, who wouldn't want to rock a jersey in game? I mean, it's amazing. So definitely got to go get those and look fly on the field as we sit here. We're going to look at the replay so far that we have seen in this series, in this set, best of 3 set of best of 7. So we could have a long day, a long matchup between these two teams, but I'm all here for it because we've seen nothing but incredible and really calculated plays. I have been impressed with FaZe Clan's strategy.
Man, first killer again on that defensive stand is just so impressive that he understands that there's no one rotating in behind him. His team, he has to hold it down for his team and does so. They're currently up 1 game in the series, and it's from the team effort we've been seeing from them. That the mistake we saw there from Illusion on the wall, kind of the one flub we've seen, and they didn't even lose that game. So we'll see what they're able to do moving forward here. It's been a crazy one so far, and they are currently up here in this game, regardless of if anything gets ruled about that goal that went in right before the pause. They still would have the lead in game 4.
Yeah, And my thoughts go out to Squishy right now because he hasn't found any boost in the past like 3 minutes. I'm not even joking. I talk about boost starvation all the time. Okay, you know it's routine at this point. But just to see the pain on Squishy's face, as not even his face, I can't even see it right now. But his car language alone, he's looking for boost. He's barely able to pick up pads because if you take even a slight rotation or a slight step out of rotation rather to get a boost pad, you're going to be too late going in for the challenge. It's like he has no option but to stay starved out against FaZe Clan.
Yeah, no, and I think that for viewers at home who are watching, we're talking about, oh, this team's starved for boost. They look up at the boost meters, like, I don't know, I see boost on NRG's roster, like in NRG's tanks here. It might look like they have it, but the thing is that where they're finding that is either on the small path pads, or they're having to go all the way out to midfield to pick up the pads out there, and that just extends the rotation, which gives FaZe a lot more space to stay aggressive. And when you're able to take those corner boosts, that really enables you to keep that offensive siege going, and it forces NRG to kind of move outwards and to take passes they're not as used to. It's much more technical to hit all the small pads in front of your goal than it is to just sweep through the corner and grab the big. So they'll still have boosts in their tanks. They're professionals. They know how to like make sure they have resources.
Somehow find pads.
But it is still the boost starvation doesn't necessarily mean they don't have boost. It means they don't have boost in position. So we'll see. And you can see exactly the goal that goes in. It's completely open net as NRG is just on too wide of a rotation there to find it.
Well, even as I'm rolling through each player here, as we're on the pause screen, you've got Justin sitting at 12 boost, Squishy at 0, and then Garrett G is all the way on the other side of the field, finally picks up boost, sitting at 62, but he's completely out of rotation. So it's like even when you can find boost, you're not on defense. You're out trying to get boost instead of in position trying to make a play. So huge fundamental boost starvation out of FaZe Clan. And we'll see if they continue this forward. I want to see more demos out of NRG. I think if they're going to do something, they have to fight fire with fire. In the face of boost starvation and other demos, it's like you have to have somebody just being annoying and stopping that rotation out of FaZe Clan because they are so comfortable right now. Nobody is getting in their way.
I mean, but other than playing the ball into the corner, to your enemy corner, and then looking for demos through their box as you're rotating back, I feel like demos are pretty opportunistic. I mean, do you think that they should some player be hunting demos? Because that, like, I feel like that really pulls them out of position, sort of the same way that boost running for boost does.
Well, normally it's like you pick one player who's super aggressive the most on a team to go for those demos. And in this situation, I would pick Garrett G. And like you said, it could ruin a lot of the rotations, but they need something. Either way, they're going to fall back on a mistake because they have no boost. They have to do something, some kind of a change with their own play style. Even if it's a bit risky to send Garrett G maybe forward a bit more for demos, you can still try and find demos on the way back. Normally, you don't want to demo somebody in your own defensive half because it just puts them back all the way on defense, which isn't ideal. But in this situation, where it's that player who's being aggressive that's the most annoying to you, you need to take him out. You need to do something to fight him.
And if you're finding the demo, if you're sending Garrett out of rotation to go find demos at midfield, he also then ends up in a cherry pick that you can use to try and advance more quickly, which is so much different than having it back on your own side. So we are going to go to a quick break, I believe. We will be right back as soon as we are ready to get back into the game. Things are prepared. The ruling is that the goal we saw, the second goal there, will stand, and we will begin at 1:52 from kickoff. So Justin seems to have Justin seems to be the player that was having the connection issue, and his internet is back for now. This is something that has been plaguing him over the course of the weekend, and I can't help your mental game as a player to have that thought about like your lifeline to the form of connection you have being faulty, possibly going out. But Squishy gonna try and recover here. There's even more pressure on. NRG starts off hot.
Maybe they just needed this small little break, a gift to them to have some time to recover. Squishy, a banger on net, forces AJ to get a touch, and then Garrett G follows it up. We've been talking about this all series long, is the follow-ups from NRG. A lot of times it hasn't been too solid, not as quick as we would have previously been used to in other series, but that one right there, Garrett G instantly in position.
Illusion out of the corner. They scored right before the pause, and then immediately that goal gets negated by a kickoff attempt from NRG.
Yeah, so and you were talking about the mental game. I mean, if you were frustrated by your internet, you know, if you're Justin, your internet's having issues, but then you get back into the game and within the first 5 seconds you score a goal, you most likely already forgot about anything that happened. Yeah,
and at this point, as long as it feels solid, happy just to keep playing. It's one of those problems that when it's not there, it's easy to forget that it ever happened. Squishy onto the backboard. Here's first killer, more pressure. Justin shot just wide. Garrett G's follow-up. 1, 2, 3. NRG back in form on offense, but a pinch from the ceiling. Justin's got to cover up first killer here. He gets it off to the side. Garrett G's going to get pressured by the rest of them, but FaZe actually hangs back, and now Justin bailing. He's going to look to start boost starving FaZe in their half.
And I like that idea there to bail out of the shot. He didn't have enough boost to even get a touch, but just to go down early and opt to take the boost, which is something that has been so valuable and scarce this whole game long. A smarter choice because you can keep the rotation forward, and you'll notice when they do have boost, they're staying on offense. Garrett G is able to meet AJ in the air, force a 50, and give Squishy some time to work with and maybe get this ball out, which he does. Garrett G, a 1v2 situation. The late flick above both of them. Now the follow-up from Justin, and he slots it.
Beautiful. Look at Garrett force the defense into a really awkward situation here. AJ, he delaying that shot means there's fewer options for him, but there's also it more and more likely makes it that AJ has to go for this really awkward touch on the crossbar, or it's a very low percentage chance for AJ. He misses it, and then it's completely open for the third man to come in. NRG bouncing back from the technical pause, tying up the game in the final minute. 8 seconds left. We've had overtime 2 games in a row. It's looking like a third one, Turtle.
Oh yeah, but don't forget FaZe Clan. They've been in this situation before. If the ball got kept up, okay, I'm lying. You know, we're not gonna go. We're gonna go straight into overtime. Actually, I expected something with FaZe Clan and what we saw in that SSG series. You could never count them out.
No, I mean, the teams are opting. I feel like this season so far, I mean, we're only, in the first regional, but teams have been opting to keep the ball in the air rather than kill it and play for overtime. Like, even if the ball's in your own half, like, let's just keep going.
Well, it's just, they're so dangerous with just one opportunity, but Squishy, let's see what he's got. He did go for a slower play than the demo from first killer. Things are looking a bit risky here. Another demo out of first killer. We'll see if the follow-up is there for Illusion. He does go for the flip reset off the backboard. Doesn't find it. And NRG barely escaped.
So close. That honestly, that is an escape if I've ever seen it. That was a Lucian shot to miss. That was not NRG successfully defending. That was Illusion just missing the double tap. Obviously, super difficult shot to hit, but he had the whole net to shoot at. NRG couldn't do anything but sit and watch. They covered one part of the goal here, and now back up on offense. FaZe looking for another one. They won game 1 and 3. And now looking for a win in game 4.
That's a weird bounce.
Woo! First killer up for this. Off the backboard again. Justin able to cover it up on the edge. Pinch it long ways. Here's Garrett G. Around 1. Justin trying to back up for this one. Squishy's there instead. Placed high. Garrett G tried to cover it up and gets it back to Squishy in the corner. Squishy has no boost to work with. Just a positional threat at this point, and FaZe recognizing the weakness.
AJ,
putting pressure on all 3 players.
Low shot.
The bumps. Justin gets it after getting harassed in net, and now he's back looking for a counterattack.
Back and forth gameplay we're seeing so far. Not one team can hold possession for too long. The boost ends up running low, and they're forced to run back. Justin now, he's on low boost himself. He does flip into net and find good positioning. Garrett G doesn't get the 50-50, and FaZe Clan look to find a better touch. That's not a good one from Justin, but thankfully Squishy was in position, and he does get back in time to get some boost. FaZe Clan are lurking now to end this OT.
Justin with Garrett G right in front of him. Can he get it past Illusion? He can, but he gets bumped off the ball. Now FaZe Killer. Look at Garrett G. Read FaZe Killer's reception and play it off the wall. NRG letting FaZe touch it, but having them one step ahead of them, out-reading them every time. This time, finally, first killer wins a good challenge. And we see Squishy off this back wall. Actually loses control of this ball. He's going to use all of his boost just to get back to it. Garrett G's now on top of him, too. Praise a bit of congestion in the midfield. He's still holding on to the ball, but first killer again gets it away. 2.5 minutes into overtime. Man, we're already 2.5 minutes into overtime. This has flown by.
It's insane. It's insane, and it's because of the aggression we're seeing out of both teams. FaZe Clan, I've been paying attention to all 3 players and their positioning at one given time. It seems like they're not scared to throw everybody forward across that midfield line. Squishy, maybe a pre-jump here, doesn't get the touch on first killer, but somebody's got to dive early. You got to stop that man from getting a flip reset. In general, here's a Lucian looking to build something, and a demo does come out from Squishy, but first killer is right in their faces to try to build a play.
First killer gets a touch on that backboard, and this game's over, but a narrow miss. Here goes Agent with the pressure anyways. FaZe in the midfield, takes control, takes the shot, and takes the game.
This is unreal. NRG had scored both of the previous 2 goals, and you think they have the momentum coming into OT. But no, AJ's there to put a slammer in the back of the net.
My goodness. This is genuinely like, oh man, that is such a difficult play to recognize, I think. You notice, like, NRG's positioning kind of tells the story. They're all three on the ground, kind of just looking at the ball in the air. I think it might have even been a whose ball is this, given the way it just perfectly lofts into the midfield. Just an absolute meatball for AJ to slam into the net. And Garrett G recognizes it all too late that AJ's there. Yep. I partially feel like they just didn't understand that there was a shooter inbound.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's an interesting shot there for AJ to even go for one that's so far out. We'll see right here as he gets past Garrett G. We can look at the replay again. Squishy was in net. So was Justin. Squishy went for the pre-jump, but I'm surprised that AJ even went for that shot to begin with. I feel like most players would go for the backboard bounce, maybe setting up a player, but that just... it shows you how much confidence AJ has going in for those long distance shots, because if you hit it with power, it doesn't matter who pre-jumps or when. If the power is there, you can connect and really end that OT, which is exactly what he did.
I think it's one of those plays that I think Illusion maybe like you launch in the air, and then the moment you see, your brain recognizes that NRG had launched first because it is an NRG ball. It's in their half. They are closer to the ball. The moment you recognize, oh, they're already up, you could just bail on it, just drop back down. But he launches, and NRG's grounded, so he's go, all gas, no brakes. Let's commit to this shot. And NRG, again, I think it was their positioning made it really difficult to know who's supposed to go up for it. They faltered not wanting to triple commit in overtime, and it ultimately was their demise. But now into Game 5, FaZe up 3-1. A win here in Game 5 wins them the first best of set. NRG, the clear favorites in this match, up against the wall. They got to win 3 straight.
They definitely have the firepower, to do just that, but it is going to be difficult so long as you're facing an AJ who's really got a hot hand with those shots. He is striking flawlessly. Illusion has been fitting in really well, getting demos and doing a lot of the dirty work. I've noticed Illusion is the one who's going for a lot of boost steals. AJ just took the midfield one. They're still trying to starve out NRG, and it has been working, Wavepunk. NRG look a little bit flat.
And they're winning challenges, too. Even in their own corners, Garrett G off the backboard, trying for the crazy play, looking to get into the top 5. But no, first killer will take it away from him. Okay. With a nice pass to Justin, and now over 2. All of FaZe retreating, but AJ manages to capture the ball and hold on to it. And then Illusion wins another dunk. First killer passing to AJ. FaZe making work of him right now. AJ to score goal number 1.
And you can tell that the speed is on another level because there was nobody out there in time to challenge this shot from AJ. He adds a little bit of flash to it as well, getting a bit of a 360 there, and just nails it into the back of the net. Nobody from NRG was prepared to go out and extend their rotation and meet that shot head on.
If any content creators looking for content this week, I'd watch a 45-minute breakdown of that last 10 seconds. That was incredible. The accuracy from FaZe, all 3 of them are retreating. They're hurtling back to their side of the field, and AJ recognizes he can take control of the ball, and they, from midfield, turn it around. NRG trying to tie up the game here, but pressure onto AJ is nothing as he sends it to his corner, and they reset. First killer with a flick over Justin. Now up against Garrett G. The flick over him as well, and Illusion just tucks it into the corner. They're flawless.
And nothing but pain for Squishy. He's looking for boost. You can see he's rotating around, trying to pick up pads.
Look at that.
He was gonna go for his own corner, but couldn't get there in time because he had to turn for the save. And the passing from FaZe Clan, of course, it is flawless. They are on fire here and look to end this first best of 7.
Oh my gosh, and they're taking more shots. That was brutal. That was the NRG did not touch the ball. Like, that's not an exaggeration. They didn't touch the ball as they got flicked twice, and then the ball placed perfectly in the upper corner. Here's AJ onto the backboard looking for a double tap. Actually goes for the fake instead, and first killer puts it in. These men can make no mistakes.
Again, I'm gonna keep saying it. Squishy has no boost rotating back. He has to jump up for that early. He got bumped. Everybody's getting taken out. FaZe Clan are surrounding NRG in their own half.
Hashtag FaZe up. My goodness, this is dominant Rocket League. Garrett G to the corner. He's got just on the wall with them. They're double committing in their own corner without pressure. NRG is flustered right now. They need to find control of this ball, settle down, and get back into the rotation. This is a very experienced team in this format. They absolutely, it speaks loads of energy that I'm not counting them out when they're down 3-0 across halftime.
Well, they've got a lot of time here to recover and figure this out, but it just seems like the FaZe decal in and of itself has like a bigger radius to pick up these boost pads because they always have some in their tank. It's ridiculous. Nice touch there from AJ to avoid any pressure. But again, we talk so much about FaZe Clan, but of course there's always a chance for NRG to put one in here and start some early movement. Maybe Squishy, he has boost this time, finds the angle. It doesn't go in. There was another save there for FaZe Clan, but it looks better. It looks better for NRG.
They got 3 shots out of it, but the best look was the second shot from Garrett G. And again, Garrett G, Garrett G is struggling to put this between the posts right now. That's 2 times in a row. He's had a good look at the net and put it off the post. AJ now trying to push this one back out. Squishy, seeing if he can set up his teammates. Both players on the wall are going to miss. The ball will bounce, and Garrett G pushes it back down again. They can't get it through the defenders. 1:18 left to go. NRG yet to get on the board and looking to lose the first series. They'll put in the 4th one. That's going to be the nail in the coffin.
And you can even see that first killer, if you pay attention to him, after he lands, he's actually hunting for the demo, but there's nobody in position for him to even demo. That's how fast they were to get that counterattack on the other side. And the accuracy, unlike NRG, they're finding the back of the net, and they're slotting them.
This is up by 4 now with 1 minute left to go.
Oh, man.
I said I wasn't counting out NRG earlier. I am
like
now.
You have to at this point, right? You have
This game is in the bag. FaZe shows up in dominant fashion. It's a best of 7, best of 3. You got to win 2 best of 7s to win the regional here. But the first one looking solidly.
Unless I thought there was a chance. I saw Squishy. He got like an interception, I believe, on a midfield pass from FaZe Clan. If he put that in, maybe there's a chance. Maybe there's some credit we can give to NRG.
There's always a chance.
It's been all FaZe.
No, there's not a chance. No, there's it would be a miracle.
Hey, after we saw that SSG FaZe Clan, okay, I mean, it was only 2 goals. It wasn't 5, but anything's possible here. But regardless, FaZe Clan, they look so good. I am so impressed with them. I thought that after the first game, NRG would warm up, and they did. They got a lot quicker with the pace. We saw NRG even take a game. But FaZe Clan, they've been adapting right there with NRG.
This series honestly felt over the moment NRG didn't win after the technical reset. When they got the 2-goal comeback and then still lost that one in overtime. That's such a momentum killer. It just feels bad. Look at Justin going for weird shots here. What a pass down. I like this. And
wait, hold on.
Oh, no. Oh, even trying to freestyle in the final minutes, they can't find the goal here. One last chance. It's not going to matter, though. Alusha puts it to the ground, and FaZe Clan win the first series of the best of 3 set. We'll re-rack, reload, and go for round 2 with FaZe Clan in the lead.
I mean, NRG have got to go back to the drawing board. There's a lot of work to get done. Certainly they can do it. Certainly they can bounce back. But we'll see. FaZe Clan, if they keep up that pressure, that boost starvation, we have got to see a completely different play style from NRG than what we're seeing right now. Because 5-0 in match point, that has got to hurt your confidence. And you're going to need some time here to recover.
They got to take the restrictor plates off. They got to find a way to get in that engine and give themselves the full use of the boost, because right now it is FaZe that is straight up dominant. I mean, in this, on the personal score, Illusion is the lowest on FaZe Clan at 502, and Squishy is the highest at 240. Like double Squishy's score from the bottom player on FaZe there in that final game. Utter obliteration in that game, and their NRG needs this reset to kind of just to recalibrate. But if there's any team that has enough experience at this level to do it, it's NRG.
Absolutely. And I think that if they did pick up the shooting a little bit, I mean, if you're just comparing the striking between both these teams, FaZe Clan are definitely in a different class because of the power. If NRG can start striking the ball a little bit, with a little bit, more power, things could swap pretty fast because the opportunities are coming for NRG. Don't count them out. They're just going to have to find that striking ability that we know they have.
Absolutely. Well, we are going to go to a quick one. When we come back, we got the next series. The same team's going at it again. If you liked this, we got more.